The Department of Roads, Transport, Public Works and Energy stands out for upgrading county-classified roads in Makueni, constructing county facilities from the ground up and maintaining an effective transport network. In the first 8 years of devolution, the Makueni County government has added more than 8,000 kilometers of classified roads across the county.
At the time the county government was settling down, on the side of road network, we had 6,667 kilometers of classified road in the county. And as we speak today, I'm proud to say that with that ambitious road network expansion and improvement, as at close of 2018, the county we had achieved 12,868 kilometers.
The department has constructed a total of 100 drifts and converted at least 80% of the county's roads into all-weather roads at least.
We've also opened new roads which were not existing at that time, and as at April we have now covered April 2021. We've already done additional 5,000 new roads, areas which were not accessible altogether. Before devolution, the citizens are able to access with ease and comfort.
The need to enable connectivity between Wote and Kalawa area, as well as the counties of Kitui and Machakos, saw the Makueni County government construct the longest bridge by a county government across the Thwake River.
After completion, we'll hand over this bridge to the Kenya National Highways Authority. It's only that because we are the people wearing that shoe and we know where it pitches most. That's why our governor decided to allocate that money to the bridge. And therefore, our bigger picture is that this road, which is connecting Makueni County headquarters, that is Wote, with Kitui County headquarters, it is going to open the southeastern economic block.
For many years, so many lives have been swept and lost in that river. We've seen the business community experiencing also a lot of losses when their vehicles have been swept or damaged as they try to cross the bridge. And so it's a strategic road infrastructure which is going to open and stimulate the economy of Lower Boni.
The bridge is set to ease transport logistics, save lives, and boost the livelihoods of area residents.
Hii mradi wakati alikuja kuianzisha, many people were very skeptical. Walikuwa nafikiria ni mchezo tu, akasema ni white elephant, akasema hivi, lakini sasa hivi tunashukuru Mungu imeisha na tumeiona. Viongozi wamekuja, wamejipatia manufaa ya kisiasa, wakipromise hii tutajenga, nikiingia mbunge, nikiingia kule, lakini yote ilikuwa ni upuzi.
Mimi inanisaidia maana nikiwa mgonjwa ninapitia hapa naenda hospitali Makueni. Ninaenda ninatibiwa, halafu ninarudi. Nikitaka kwenda safari, ninaenda safari na ninarudi, ninalala kwangu nyumbani.
Wakati watu wamekuwa wagonjwa tukiwapeleka hospitali ya Makueni, River Hospital, hapo watu wengi hata walikuwa wanaaga wakiwa wanaongojea maji ipungue ndio wafukishwe. Watu wengine walikuwa kisombwa na maji, hata magari ya polisi, mabasi, matatu na magari ya wenyewe.
I think definitely that bridge is going to be a landmark because I think it's the longest bridge built by a county government, and it compares with some national level bridges. And there was really a lot of need because that is something that started from independence.
The department is also responsible for the innovative green roads for water projects aimed at improving county road surfaces and harvesting water for farming.
These green roads for water is, I would like to say, it's a gospel that we've been spreading. When we started in 2014, that's when we started, you realize as we cut off water from the road, most of the people around or in the abutting lands were resistant to this. Why? We realized that the way it was being done previously is that it did not follow the contours, and therefore it resorted to developing gullies in those chambers. And therefore, when we came, we tried to think around this problem, whereby we realized water is the main enemy for roads. And yet in Makueni, you realize that we really need water. And therefore we thought around it, and we developed a concept whereby we gave it that name. Actually, in the beginning, we called it Roads for Water. And then we started doing it so that that water that is flowing, that is the surface runoff, we could take it off the road at a particular angle, which has calculation, and then we run it along the contours.
So, how does the Green Roads for Water system work?
We are basically harvesting road runoff from our county roads to all the farmers found on our county roads. And it's a program where it is done manually, where we sensitize farmers to harvest this road runoff so that it can be of benefit to them and also to us as a county government in the program of maintaining our county roads. When we harvest this water to the farms using the meter drains, which are excavated manually at the dimension of 3 feet by wide by 3 feet deep, maybe probably 30 meters to the farms, they hold water to the meter drains, and it increases recharge to the farms, and whereby the farmers can use this harvested water to do smart farming on their farms.
Tofauti ni kwamba sasa ile cattle drain binafsi nilikuwa nimeweka aingetimiza kile kiwango cha maji ambacho nilikuwa nakihitaji, lakini kwa sasa as per the cattle drains zile zimeweka maji kwa shamba langu. The changes there.
The department prides itself with putting up Makueni County government facilities like the Office of the Governor, the County Assembly building, other county government office blocks, as well as the official residencies of the Governor, Deputy Governor and Speaker of the County Assembly. Kalamba Fruit Processing Plant and all other factories have also been constructed under the stewardship of this department.
I remember one lady in Kivutha Kibwana, saying that people have asked us for votes with water for too long. Next time don't come here and ask us for votes, saying that we shall bring water and all that. But I think our successive budgets have really tried to make provision in terms of earth dams, boreholes, extending lines.
Provision of clean water for residents of Makueni sustainably remains one of Makueni County Government's top priorities. The Department of Water and Sanitation has improved water coverage in the county from 21% to 48%.
We do water through different means. We do boreholes, we do sand dams, and we do earth dams. Since 2013, we have been able to do 142 boreholes and 259 both sand dams and earth dams. That's subsurface water harvesting. We also promote water harvesting at household level. So we, as a government, we have initiated programs to help people harvest water. We have a program called Zangulia Matangi, which is in the Department of Gender, which helps groups, which you give a group a tank and they buy their own tanks to assist them harvest water.
The idea of Zangulia Matangi is based on our quest to actually make Makueni not a water scarce, because Makueni is really water scarce. And we have people walking kilometers and kilometers, women walking kilometers to actually get water. Maybe if we made these merry-go-rounds, things that can benefit women. Of course, the educating children or taking sons and daughters to get married. That's That's also beneficial, but making sure that it's because water is an issue and it's a women's issue, it's a women's role. Why can't we turn these merry-go-rounds to things that can actually benefit women more, and particularly reducing their workload and also making water close to their homes so that they have safe and clean water at home. Zangulia Matangi is merry-go-rounds for tanks. As a county, we put in some money in the Department of Gender and Social Services, 5 million, and then we bought 300 tanks. And we have 30 wards. So we had 10 tanks per ward. We have 60 sub-wards, so we had 5 tanks per sub-ward.
The drilling and equipping of boreholes has been done in intensive programs to ensure equitable sharing of development projects.
So the boreholes, we have our own rig as we speak. Before we used to hire the drilling rig, the one for drilling the boreholes. Now we have our own rig. So after the participation, which is done up to the county level, when the projects are now, the budget is passed. Like now the budget was passed on Tuesday. It comes to us, then now we check what we're supposed to do, then we now do a schedule where the rig now goes to drill the boreholes. After drilling, we now procure contractors to equip the boreholes, depending on how much money is required.
Through development partners, the Makueni County government has also expanded its vast network of earth dams across the county.
Working with development partners, working with NGOs like African Sand Foundation, Otaoni, and many places now in Makueni, people are beginning to say that there is water proximate. To us.
The department has spearheaded the setting up of sand dams and sumps on key rivers in Makueni in a bid to improve water sustainability and help curb degradation of the environment.
We do sand dams across rivers. So we will construct a sand dam. Then next to the sand dam, we'll do a sump. The sump is where now water filters to the sump. When the water filters to the sump, we pump it from the sump to the treatment area where we treat the water and it's used for domestic use. For example, in Wote, we have a sand dam and a sump, which is in Kaiti River. So that is part of the water we are taking in Wote is from Kaiti River, where we have a sand dam and a sump. So that water now is treated. After treatment, it's distributed for use.
The Department of Water and Sanitation has also come up with the Water Act, which is aimed at streamlining the management of water schemes, both in rural areas and in urban centres.
There are small schemes where a borehole is supposed to serve a sector, and there is a committee which runs that borehole. So most of the times, many times, the committee will come and say our pump has broken down, we don't have water. So we are like, you have been selling water, where is the money? So they're like, there is no money. So we looked at it as a county, and so we need to manage these water schemes. So the Water Act, one of its main jobs is to form a board, which we are in the process of forming. The board is called MARUWAB, which stands for Makueni Rural Water Board. It will now manage those water schemes. They'll report to the board, they'll register with the board. The management will be under the board so that we assure the citizen gets what's due to them, because they are buying water and tomorrow the pump is broken and there is no money to replace a pump or to repair. The water companies were there initially before we came on board. So we have a water company serving, for example, Wote, Kadonzweni and the environs, which are Kadonzweni and Wote are towns. We have a water company serving Kibwezi, Makindu, Mutitonde, and that area, machinery or that area. We have another water company You are aware we have water which comes from Mount Kilimanjaro. That one is not a water company under the county, it's under the national government called Notresh. Notresh serves Emali, Sultan, Salama and Malili. So the only area where we don't have a water company is the Kaiti area, where we have been thinking of how we form a water company, because we have a water company in Boni area called Bonwasco.
The Department of Education, ICT and Sports has been tasked with supporting early childhood development and education, and has so far built more than 200 ECDE centres across the vast county.
In these ECD centres, we do classrooms, a store, an office, a 3-door pit latrine, and a 5,000 water tank for the school. We have also been able to provide the children with kiddie tables and a chair for each one of them in all the ECD centers, and also play equipment. We have also been able to train our teachers on the competence-based curriculum. Since inception, every year we have a program of upgrading the level of the teachers to make them, to enable them deliver the curriculum effectively.
This ECDE unit at Unoa Primary School in Wote Town is one of the 200 centres constructed and equipped by the county government of Makueni. It has 2 classrooms manned by 2 teachers.
Kaunti imetushikilia kwanza, na washukuru sana, walitupatia viti, wakatupatia meza na vitabu. Kwa hivyo wametusaidia sana kwa upande wa masomo, na nashukuru kwa hivyo.
Capacity building in public school ECDE units has led to an increase in enrollment, sometimes overwhelming the teachers.
Kwa darasa ukiwa na watoto 61 za challenge. Hata kwa mwalimu ule mwingine ako na watoto 57 and is also a challenge. Kwa hivyo tunawaomba kama wangetuandikia mwalimu mwingine mmoja, ndio tuwe at least tupungukiwe na uzito.
Bringing to the fore the need for even more teachers, a challenge that has been taken up by the county government. The county government of Makueni has also constructed and rebranded tens of vocational training institutes across the county. This is the Wote Vocational Training Centre for persons living with disability, established by the county government in the outskirts of Wote Town. Learners here take up various technical courses in readiness for the job market.
Currently, we have an enrollment of 31 trainees with varied disabilities, ranging from deaf and dumb, hard of hearing. We have autism students. We have others who are cerebral palsy. And also we have others who have a learning disability, so-called mental retardation. But we are all trying to make sure that we train them. We give them skills, knowledge, and also change their attitude.
We are working hard so that we can be people who can depend on ourselves. We came here with one aim, to learn, to get the skills needed to help us in our future.
I want to be a different person from the way I am now. Because when I finish my studies, I have that knowledge that I will go to continue with those skills to start my business or to continue to achieve my goals.
We are also supporting sports for the people living with disability. We run projects, we run programs for those who are living with disability and support them in volleyball. We have what we call para-volleyball for those living with disability, and also football for people living with disability, and athletics.
And the county government plans to expand the centre.
We thought that we should have a special technical training facility for persons with disability. And this is at Wote, where they will do several trades, whether it is tailoring, whether it is shoemaking, whether it is all those technical pursuits that also happen in the other regular TVETs. But we thought that they should be borders, so that it's easier for them, because most of the other TVETs are day. So we thought they should be borders, and that we can work with the development partners so that they special focus on them, and when they get out, it's clear that they are going to have real work to do.
The Makueni County government has also put up an innovation hub in Wote town in efforts to build ICT capacity, especially for its young people.
Basically, the training that is taken here is the Ajira training and computer literacy. As you can see, the students that are around here, they are training for the Ajira digital literacy. We are opening the accounts for the Ajira program. They are carried out all over the county on the 14 CIC centers. This one is one of them, the Wote CIC center. So basically we train the young youth to be able to work online and get cash through online transactions.
We are very proud of the Innovation Hub, where kids are coming, they are getting trained, they are getting skills, and they are able to start making programs which can earn them money applications, which can make them, earn the money. We had a competition, and we work with the Konza Technopolis and also the ministry, the National Ministry of Youth and ICT.
We were able to train girls, and our program we are calling Girls in ICT. These are young girls in primary school and in secondary school who we take through digital skills. We were also able to run a program we were calling Kids Boot Camp. Here we are targeting children below the age of 8, and again we introduce them to computer work and digital literacy.
Makueni County's finance department takes care of revenue collection, procurement, payments, planning and budgeting, and has been lauded for being a success story in wealth creation, giving residents value for money and leading the county's journey in socio-economic transformation.
The poverty index has improved. We were at 64% in 2013 based on a household survey of 2005 and 6. And the current survey of 2015-16 shows that we are at 34%, meaning people have become a bit better. They are not as poor as they were some years ago.
Despite slim revenue streams, Makueni County's treasury has managed to raise the margins, with revenue coming from single business permits, liquor licensing and property rates.
We have been able to improve from 4% of total revenues to around 5% of total revenues. We've been able to automate a revenue collection in the county, and we've also tried our level best to eliminate cash collections.
Revenues have increased from 189 million in financial year 2013-2014 to 465 in financial year 2019-2020.
The Department of Finance has put Makueni County on the national map with its push to practice open contracting as a way of promoting transparency and fighting corruption.
We realize that you can make procurement open to the public and permanently open, so that when any worker procures, every stage of that procurement is captured and it is in permanent form. So if you make a mistake because you want to cheat, then the evidence is there.
With the open contracting, we publish right from the budget, the cabinet paper that I've told you we do, the procurement plans, the evaluations by the various scorers, how people, were rated. We publish the letters of acceptance, even the letters of regret. And so anyone who wants to know how a procurement happened can go to the website and they are able to view, and they can be able to raise a case of complaint.
And the story begins right from the planning stage.
By so doing, we are able to do a project that makes sense to the people and to the government. When spending, we ensure that we commit monies that have been budgeted. We very much avoid a case where we spend money that is not in a budget. If that has to happen, a supplementary is requested. And of course, the law also allows a reallocation of budget.
The department has made major technological advancements with a budget portal, an interactive platform that has boosted dissemination of information. All these efforts helping cement Makueni County's credit rating by the Commission on Revenue Allocation.
The creditworthiness rating was supposed now to move counties from relying on those traditional sources to maybe borrowing from commercial banks, floating infrastructure bonds, and so that we enhance financing of development initiative within the county.
We also were very fortunate because of our work to be one of the counties which received a clean audit report. And of course, Senate was not happy, and the Senate was able to say, how are these counties getting clean, reports when government departments are not, and it was not fair, but we were happy to get a clean report, and consistently our books are good.
The Department of Trade, Industry, Marketing, Tourism and Cooperative Development in the county of Makueni works hand in hand with all stakeholders to enhance business across the county.
The county government of Makueni values what the people do in this county, and the first thing is to propel them and profile the people and what they do, so that at least we can know what trading and the industries that we need to develop. And this one we've been doing since 2013-2014 financial year. We've been doing with the KIRDI, Kenya Industrial and Research Development Institute, and other collaborating organizations.
Under the leadership of Governor Professor Kivutha Kibwana, more than 18,000 hawkers across the county have seen their businesses formally recognized and supported under one umbrella body.
The Hawkers Association, we've mapped them in the 39 markets. Remember, we have market days out of our markets. And in this county, we have 39 market days spread all over the 6 sub-counties within the county. Some go for 2 days. So we've profiled the hawkers to about 18,000 hawkers, which we are still will be rolling out on a second phase of the registration towards the end of June or July, starting this year, so that at least we know the exact number. We supported them through a grant, and we bought them 2 lorries so that they can assist them transport their produce to the markets. And out of the savings they have from that, they have bought a third lorry. So we want them to buy at least 1 per sub-county, so that at least the easiness of doing business comes in.
This department has been innovative in building capacity on marketing the county's trade opportunities.
We have developed an e-portal for the marketing of whatever produce we do in this county, whether pottery, whether the industrial, whether the carvings, whether the farm produce, like the green grams and the mangoes and the oranges, trying to link them to markets. We even go to do some market surveys, like during the mangoes or seasons. We link them to other counties where they can take the mangoes and the farmers, and we assist them with transport.
The county government has registered more than 250 new cooperative societies and trained them on forensic audits and methods of good governance to enhance trade. Tourism has also taken center stage with a mapping of all hotels and tourism attraction sites in the county.
For the mangoes, we held, which we are planning to have every year, every financial year, a mango festival for indigenous foods. That one we held. We're planning to have it again in this season. So that at least we show people what we can do, even the mango wine, everything that comes from the mango.
The department has also made great strides in housing.
When we come to housing, the government assisted Kibwezi Housing Cooperative Society, and we gave them a machine that can make blocks. And out of that, they build a lot of houses, which they sell. They buy land, they build, and they sell.
This recording studio in Makueni'S county headquarters in Wote town is the brainchild of Governor Professor Kivutha Kibwana as a way of supporting talented youth in music. The studio is open from Monday to Friday and offers free audio recording of music, voiceovers, poetry and spoken word to artists within the county.
We deliberately want to support local talents. They are young men and women, both in the secular and in gospel music, who are very, very talented, but they do not have the capacity to go and record their music, their story in Nairobi, for example. And in response to that, we have this studio where we are doing this recording from. As you can see, these are young men and women. Behind there, I think you've seen a band that's doing live recording of their music. These are part of our staff that support them in doing the recording. So as a county government, what we've done is to develop a full studio.
The county government of Makueni, together with other partners, has established a gender-based violence recovery center at the Makueni County Referral Hospital, the first of its kind in a county referral facility.
If you remember, there were a number of stories that were hitting the headlines on issues of gender-based violence, and Makueni registered some of those. And in response to that, as a county government, we have come out strongly in partnership with the Nairobi Women Hospital to start a gender violence recovery center, so that those people that have been victimized or abused can get a place for attention specific.
Plans and legislation are underway to operationalize a safe shelter for abused girls and women specifically, where they are cared for and rehabilitated.
We also have come up with a safe shelter, particularly for women and girls who many times when they have been abused, either sexually or physically, they have nowhere to go. So as a county government, at a place that is not disclosed for good reasons, we have safe shelter, so that this person can be pulled completely from the abuser, and they are taken care of. As a county government, we provide for the basics. Actually, it's a home where this person has everything they would need.
Through this department, the county government also offers internship and volunteerism opportunities for young professionals.
We realized we have an obligation as a government to provide an opportunity for young men and women for introducing them into the labor market. So every year, every department looks at the different areas where they will need an extra skill. Then we bring in, if a department needs 20, we ensure at least 10 are male, 10 are female. That's very strict observance of gender. Then when they come on board, they are attached to a department, be it in the road construction, be it in the agriculture, and actually there is a clear deliverables, clear mandate on how each of these will what they should achieve within 1 year.
The Department of Lands, Urban Development, Environment and Climate Change has seen Wote Town and other urban centres in the county of Makueni like Makindu, Emali and Sultan Hamoud blossom into modern towns.
The Constitution of Kenya 2010 set a few functions that were supposed to be devolved. And when you look at Schedule 4, Land Survey and Mapping and Urban Development, there were elements that were devolved. And in this, the county was supposed to establish urban institutions to ensure that we bring services more to the people, sort of a second government within a government. And the government of Makueni County committed to ensure that this was done through, of course, so following the law, the Urban Areas and Cities Act, and looking at the threshold that was set. And therefore, when we looked at it at that particular point, using the statistics for 2009, no town was qualifying to have an urban institution or a municipality. And therefore, the law was amended to ensure that every county headquarter was a municipality.
And all this started with the development of the Makueni County Spatial Development Plan.
County Spatial Plan. And I'm happy to say that Makueni was the second county to develop such. Lamu was the first. Makueni followed very closely. And this is a very important document, a document that is supposed to guide in general development of the county.
The county spatial plan is supposed to ensure there is spatial justice in provision of services and development within the county, and also the questions of what happens where and when is given there. So we look at the county resource potential and try to look at populations and do population projections and see in terms of spatial thinking and spatial development which projects are supposed to go to which areas and ensure that all areas within the county are covered, and also looking at issue of the resource mapping, and then from that we'll come with the strategies to ensure that now funding can come in through that.
With 24 markets and key towns approved since 2013, the Department of Lands and Urban Development has worked with the national government and the National Land Commission to populate title deeds.
I think in terms of monies that we have provided for getting titles, so that although it is not our, the titles are issued by the national government, but we have the mandate to plan, we have the mandate to survey. So we have worked with both the National Land Commission, the first one and the second one, and we have worked with the national level, so that we have supplied, quite significant number of titles, and there are some waiting to be supplied.
Despite the national government taking up the lion's share of the mandate on land, the county government of Makueni has worked to sort out land succession challenges and issues of estate administration.
Since the county government came into force 2013, we have been trying to do estate administration, trying to get people have, land rights, where we wanted them to have the transfer of the rights from the dead people to the living.
In conjunction with the World Bank, the Makueni County government has constructed a beautiful green space in the county headquarters, the Wote Green Park, to the tune of 136 million shillings.
Green Park being a model that was actually crafted through the people of Makueni and the leadership, advice from consultants, people who know what is needed, And we came up with this good green park, which has a number of features. It has elements where we have the women, they can come and sit in a place that is already prepared for them, discuss their table banking. The men, they can also do the same in the same place. Where we have people who want to stage plays or discussions, we have an amphitheater that can accommodate over 600 people.
Wote can be a very beautiful town. Even where we are taking this interview, this hill, which is here, we are thinking of making a path so that people can walk, people can cycle. The water river itself, people are going there for picnics, like on Sundays. It's a very scenic town. I'm very proud that with the people of Makueni, we have established the foundation for devolution. And in the initial stages, the people protected their government when it was under attack. After the 1 year of the 10th year of being governor, I will still be around to keep on watching what is happening as a citizen of Makueni. And I would imagine I'll also have my role to also say, this and that. Even in terms of the leadership that will come after me and Adelina, it will be a leadership that will be chosen by the people of Makueni. I will not be interested in having a project and to tell the people that choose so and so. We shall, in the coming year, learn about what leadership is, continue to learn about what leadership is, the qualities of leaders, good leaders, and all that. And it will be up to the people of Makueni to choose for themselves so that the work that they have started with us can continue.